Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today, guys, we are going to be jumping back down into the charts for Bitcoin to see what's been going on most recently and what I expect to happen next. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you have not yet joined us in Discord, links in the description down below. Fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. Right, with all that said, done and out of the way, let's jump on down into this technical analysis on a BTC. As I said, this is Bitcoin paired up with USDT and we're going to start things off with this hourly chart. Okay, so a little bit has changed since I was here yesterday talking about Bitcoin. Basically, we've tracked quite nicely. We have moved on up. We hit the high of the fifth wave as expected and we've pulled back down. Now, what we want to do is we want to just kind of see exactly what's going on here. I'm expecting this to be an ABC structure and then I'm expecting 5 waves to happen afterwards. As you can see, we actually came down quite a little bit lower than I was expecting and we have bounced up quite nicely just here. Okay, so if we actually go ahead and measure the distances on this, we'll pull this up, we'll go ahead and measure the B wave. I would expect our C wave to come down to approximately 40,400 and then from there we should be thinking about the start of the next 5 waves up. Okay, and if this is the case, what I'll do is I'll actually just mark this up with a horizontal ray because I think this is going to be a key area for us. Let me just move that and I'll just throw on a price note as well to make sure that we can all keep a good idea, a good track over what's going on there. So it's approximately for 40,425, somewhere in that range, right? Now, if I zoom out just a fraction here, we pull this back up, we have this 5 wave up, 3 waves down, 5 waves ups. Basically, this is actually a 5-3-5 pattern, which is an ABC. So it's an A, B, C, and the subwaves are basically 5-3-5. Okay. Now, this is important because it means that we can predict out where our next 5 waves are likely to go. Okay, because most typically the A and the C wave have a relationship of 1-to-1. So normally what you'd expect would be that the C wave would be exactly the same length as our A wave, right? So it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, if this is the case, it does mean that overall we're moving up to about 44,200. Okay, so as you see, I've maybe just slightly overextended that, but we'll pop that right there. That's going to be our most probable area that we're going to be looking for. Okay, so 44,200 then becomes our kind of top range here. And again, it should be 5 waves, which means 3 moves up and 2 moves down. Okay, so that's the hourly chart. Pretty standard stuff. If we bring the stochastic RSI back into play, we can see that we need to pull back down. This will be this little kind of pullback right here. That will allow us to correct the stochastic RSI on our hourly chart, and then we can talk about those 5 waves going up. Okay, I am expecting 5 waves because that is the pattern, 5, 3, 5. Okay, and there isn't anything else really going on here. We kind of ended 5 waves and we started with 5 waves. Therefore, this has to be a 5-3-5. Okay, so that kind of helps us really narrow down what's likely to happen next, which is really good and really handy because it means that when we get down to around this 40,400 range, you know, that there's potential opportunities to see this thing rise up about 9.5%, and before we go into the next bigger, deeper correction. Okay, and for that, I'm going to jump up into our daily chart. Okay, so on here we're going to just take a look at what's going on. So I'm just going to remove some of these ones that have now passed. We don't need these ones. We'll remove those, and I will remove that as well. Okay, cool. So we actually have this as a big A, B, which is what I'm tracking right now. That 44,200 on the hourly. That's our B wave high, and then we pull back down into a C wave lower. Again, this is actually a much bigger and on a larger scale 5, 3, 5. Okay, because we've got 5 waves here. We've got those ABC structure going up into our B wave just at the top there. And I'm expecting them 5 waves to come back down lower. Okay, so pretty standard stuff, pretty much just a standard ABC move, and it is a 5-3-5 just on a larger scale. Okay, so when I take a look at this, we have our bottom in, we have an approximate top here. We can now we're in a pretty good position to see how low this thing has the potential to go. Okay, so we can prepare ourselves for what's potentially next. Now, if I go ahead and put this on top of our B wave, which will be about 44,200. Okay, so I just pop that there. This shows us moving down to 35,400. Okay, and again, I'm going to mark this with a horizontal ray, and I'll just pop it down here, and I'll put a price note on that as well. Okay, perfect. Right, so as long as our A waves are a 1-to-1 ratio with our C waves, then we'll move up to about 44,000. Okay, and if we are also following the same premise, that it's the A and the C are the same ratio, then we'll have 5 waves down to $35,000, okay, and then I expect a bigger reversal. If we zoom on out of here, this actually then means that we set another higher low, okay, something that I really want to kind of see with Bitcoin, because it means that we're still moving in the general right direction, right, higher lows and higher highs, okay, on this general direction and pattern. So essentially looking pretty good from that kind of perspective. And again, from here, this would make a 3-3, and we could potentially see 5 waves going up, okay, on a larger scale, and this basically would make it still a corrective pattern, but a 3-3-5. Or we have another 3 waves going up, and actually it's just you know, an WXY, for example, something like that. So essentially, you know, we're actually tracking quite well. Once we have 35k coming in, you know, we are talking some kind of move upwards, okay, and we'll speculate on that later when we get down to that point. But essentially, we are talking about moving up first, 44,200, and then we're coming down to about 35,400, okay. Now, if I bring this back up into our weekly view, again, we can see all the higher lows and the higher highs being set here. We obviously have the low range, and that actually puts us right inside a sweet spot. 35,000 is a really good place to be. We are looking to lower the stochastic RSI on this weekly chart. This is really going to happen on that next 5-wave pullback to $35,000. That should get us into an oversold area on this weekly chart, in my opinion. And of course the monthly. Now the monthly is in a really, really good spot that makes the, you know, pushing up so much more viable, right? Everyone kind of feels a bit bearish at times, but here I just want to kind of point out where we are with this monthly stochastic RSI. I've spoken about this a dozen times before, but essentially we're in the same place we were at the bottom of the bear market in 2018, before this bull run actually started for BTC. I've said this for months now already, but basically Bitcoin started its bull run back in December of 2018 going into 2019, and that's basically where the wave 1 starts. The wave 2 is the pandemic crash in March 2020. We have the wave 3 high. This is basically the $65,000 back up in April of 2021. We have our 4th wave low, which I think is actually down here, right here at this point of $28,000. Okay, and you know, we actually have been tracking some potential moves, you know, of impulsive nature. We'll see how that looks going further forward. But essentially, you know, the 5th wave going higher has the potential to go quite significantly higher than we might, you know, first have actually anticipated. So there's a lot of really good things going on here for Bitcoin. And, you know, I'm going to kind of just leave you with the thought and the understanding in this video that we've got shrinkage of supply on exchanges. I talk about this all the time, specifically in our Discord server. I have a daily update on how much Bitcoin's leaving or coming into the exchanges net difference wise. And, you know, we've got a stochastic RSI that's this oversold on the monthly time frame. The weekly, after the 35k pullback, I think is also going to be aligned up perfectly with what is going on here with the monthly, and we're going to be in a really good spot to see some significant growth for BTC, in my opinion. But guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions are in the comments down below. Really interested to know where you stand. Are you bearish long-term or bullish long-term? Let me know in the comments down below. Guys, if you found this video useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe? Tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here. With all that said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.